Well, welcome back to Live Impact News, where we are joined by Dr. Stephanie Herodopoulos, the Director of National Health Communications for the Office of the Surgeon General. Dr. Herodopoulos, I'm Connor. We really appreciate you taking a little time with us this morning, and we are joined here today because of a new Surgeons General advisory released on Wednesday, May 20th, that really focused on screen time and the potentially harmful effects of screen time, especially for children. I'm wondering, what stood out to you most about this advisory? What's the most important thing that you guys want to highlight here?
Thank you, Connor. Well, this is so much. Secretary Kennedy with the Make America Healthy Again movement wants to protect our children. And this we found was causing so many problems. Let me describe it. Probably what's most is when we looked at functional MRIs of the very young that are being exposed to screens at young, it decreases cortical thickness of the brain. So it actually affects the brain's development. We know brains don't fully finish developing until age 25. So when you're exposing them to a young age, what does that mean? Neurocognitive delays, language delays, memory and attention, behavioral issues, as well as hyperactivity. So that, I think, is what stood out the most to me. But there's also physical problems in addition to that. Like, we have 1 in 5 children, unfortunately, have obesity in the United States. That means it affects their cardiometabolic health, and they're not sleeping as much, they're not exercising, they're sedentary. It also can affect their eyesight. Now we have myopia, which means that they are nearsighted. They can't see far. Estimated by 2050 that 40% of kids will have this because of closed screens and not getting outside, getting sunlight in their eyes. Those are all issues. And of course, like the last Surgeon General had talked about, social media causing mental health issues like depression, anxiety, that is crowding out normal activities. We couldn't wait any longer. We needed to let the American people know what we found, and it's all nicely compiled in one place on surgeongeneral.gov. You can find the advisory and the toolkit, like the solutions. What can we do as a society to get all hands on deck to fix this trajectory?
And we've talked a lot about this topic here on Live Impact News, and we always focus on especially what parents can do. And I think that probably is the most important part of this. But I'm wondering, for someone like yourself and the office that you are a part of, are there any tangible steps that you guys are able to take to try and provide some assistance to those parents? Are there any types of regulations or legislations that are maybe coming down the pike that will help with this?
Connor, I'm a mom of 3 Gen Zers, and so I understand what it's like to try to raise kids with having smartphones and screens at school. We need to become digital citizens that can use it positively for our advantage, but it unfortunately can cause the harms that I described. So we only have one childhood. You have your whole life to become a good digital citizen. We need to preserve the young and the child. Things that we could do. Well, I would say now that summer's approaching, let's come up with a media plan. Have a discussion with your kids. They listen. Come up with a plan and create some screen-free zones in your house, whether it be during meals or at bedtime or in the car. Those should be off limits. Those are easy ones to do. Talk more, have connectiveness, right? I think that we could also maybe model good behavior as parents. We should lead by example. If we're always on our phones, our kids are going to emulate that. So make sure that we're not on our phones and ignoring them. Be present with the human that is in front of you and make them feel that they are the most important thing. I think that adults can learn from that too. But there are so many activities in the community that parents can actually work with their children on. Let's go out for a bike ride. Let's maybe do game night. Let's maybe go and cook a healthy meal together. Those are all things that will be positive for the family unit to come together as summer approaches.
All right, Dr. Stephanie Herodopoulos, we know how busy you are. We appreciate you taking time to answer a couple questions with us, to be present with us here on Live Impact News today, and hopefully we get to talk to you again before too long.
Thank you, Connor, for the time.
All right, that's again Dr. Stephanie Herodopoulos, the Director of the National Health Communications for the Office of the Surgeon General. And we got that advisory release in late May that spoke about some of those concerns with the harmful screen use in children and adolescents. And, it's something that we've covered in other interviews here on Live Impact News. And again, that being present, modeling good behavior, planning activities, planning those times of the day where there are no screens is all things that can be done, as smartphones are now a staple of society. And it's something that in large part is unavoidable, and also provides us a great deal of benefits, and is something that you want kids and adults alike to be proficient in using to their advantage, but not to the point where it becomes harmful. And that's where some of those strategies can come in hand.